Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Zonazoo Sports Report. I'm Ben Gabrielson. Alongside me, as always, Maddie Rundon. And Maddie, I'm gone for a week and we're in Bristol, Connecticut now. Regardless, though, of location, it was homecoming week this past weekend. A chance to welcome back all the alumni back to Tucson.
That's right, and it was a great homecoming, Ben. The Arizona football team took on the Washington State Cougars in a game that cannot be described as anything other than a blowout. The Cats won 48-7, so let's take a look at those game highlights.
The Arizona Wildcat football team announces a presence with authority against the lowly Washington State Cougars, who seem to have found a cozy little nook at the basement of the Pac-10. The fireworks started early on homecoming 2009 as Travis Cobb returned the opening kickoff 95 yards for a touchdown, which set the tone for the 48-7 rout of the Cougars. William Bug Wright would add an 86-yard punt return for a touchdown, the first time the Cats touched the ball in the second half, and the nation's number 2 leader in pass efficiency, Nick Foles, threw for 136 yards with a touchdown. The Cats' leading rusher ended up being backup quarterback Matt Scott, who had 91 yards on 10 carries as the Cats improved to 6-2 overall and a 4-1 mark in the conference.
It was a solid victory for the Wildcats football team, and there was another Arizona team that got a great win, but this one came on a Friday night. The team was the number 18 women's volleyball team, and they beat number 14 Oregon up in Eugene for another key road victory. Arizona won 3-1, and it was only the second road win for the Wildcats this season. The win over Oregon helped the Cats jump the Ducks in the Pac-10 standings. However, the Cats were not so fortunate the next night as they took on an unranked Oregon State team. The game plan did not work out well for the Wildcats as they fell to the Beavers 3-1. The volleyball team is set to take on ASU this Friday at McHale Center with hopes of sweeping their in-state rival.
With volleyball season coming to a close, basketball season is just starting to heat up. Sean Miller and the boys opened up the 2009-2010 season against Augustana College from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. There's a joke in there somewhere. It was the first chance for Arizona fans to see the 5 new freshmen compete in a true game-like atmosphere. The freshmen are still working out some of those preseason jitters, as they did have their moments of inexperience, but also flashed some signs of great things to come. With Kyle Fogg not present due to illness, it was the team's other veterans that filled the void. Senior Nick Wise displayed the skills he has been working on since the offseason. In only 19 minutes, Wise had 12 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals for the senior. Although even more impressive than Wise was teammate Jamel Horn. Playing on his birthday, Horn had a double-double with grilled onions and animal-style fries, scoring 19 points and grabbing 10 rebounds. The Cats moved the ball around nicely as 10 players on the team scored points, and 4 of those players scored in double digits.
Moving from one promising team to another, Arizona football is set to take on Cal in the Bay Area on Saturday in a key Pac-10 matchup. This Cal game is the first game of a rigorous ending schedule for the Wildcat football team. Win out, and the Wildcats will make the Rose Bowl for the first time in school history. This Cal team has showed flashes of brilliance, but have also shown immense vulnerability in games like those against Oregon and USC, in which they failed to score an offensive touchdown. Cal is without explosive offensive weapon Javid Best, who suffered a scary injury against Oregon State last Saturday. The once Heisman hopeful was diagnosed with a concussion and will sit out the game Saturday. Without Best, Arizona has a good chance to pull off a victory in Berkeley, especially since Cal's defense is currently ranked 117th out of 120 teams.
That is down on the totem pole, I would say, Maddie.
I would agree with that.
Would be a dismal season.
That will do it for us on this week's edition of the Zonazoo Sports Report. Tune in next week for analysis and highlights from the football game against California. And be sure to check out this episode of the Sports Report, along with many other videos at youtube.com/ZonaZooTV. For Ben Gabrielson, I'm Maddie Rundon. See you next week, and bear down.